been struggling to get this Judson Supercharger to work on my Morris Minor engine. I haven't been able to get it to idle properly. I can get it to run, but not very erratically. And frankly, right now there are just too many variables to try and pin down what exactly is wrong with it. So I'm going to eliminate things step by step here. I've been through the little Holly carburetor a couple of times with a kit that I got from Mike's Carburetors. It was a nice kit, and it came with an outstanding manual, like a 35-page manual that describes the operation of the carburetor, the overhaul, and that sort of thing. But still, there is something going on that makes me think, I don't know what it makes me think. It's not flooding, but it's definitely not operating properly. My next step is to use a smoke machine I borrowed from my repair shop to pump smoke under pressure into the intake of the supercharger, and primarily to see if the intake manifold gasket's leaking. I'm not real happy with the way this is mounted right now, because right down in here, the casting on the supercharger actually makes contact with the header branch. And I've tried to relieve it some, but I'm really hesitant to grind on either part very much. So it seems like it's sealed up, but we're going to find out here in a minute with the smoke machine. Okay, I've got smoke coming out of the machine now. So I'm going to hook that up to the motor and see what happens. I don't think it's possible to show here what was going on, but I got underneath with an inspection mirror, and yeah, smoke was pouring out of the intake manifold mating surfaces there. So I've got to get this manifold branch out of the way so that this rig can seat up against the cylinder head like it's supposed to. I've got this thing running pretty well now. The main problem was an intake manifold gasket leak, and I've pulled everything off of there and stuck a new gasket in, sealed the intake, well, sealed all the ports up with Hylamar blue. I'm not convinced that it's not still leaking a little bit, and I just hate to put any more torque on it than I have. When I shut it off a little bit ago, it was running idling at about 1275, something like that, and the idle adjuster screw is all the way out, or out so that it's not pushing the throttle open any. So anyway, let's start it up and see what it sounds like. There it is. It doesn't sound too bad. It's not really, it's idling around 1,000 right now. George at judsonguru.com said might not be able to get less than 900 to 1,000 RPM for idle. But it sounds pretty good. Alright, here's our first test drive with the supercharger. Gonna run up to my shop, take some stuff back, and get a cup of coffee. There was a definite cleared up now. The throttle seems very responsive. Kind of hard to try anything here in the 25-mile-an-hour zone. Check the brakes. I forgot I'm not running any brake boost because I don't have any place to get the vacuum for it. So I'm operating on manual disc brakes all the way around. And they seem pretty good. They definitely take more effort than with the booster. There's definitely a dead spot there. Off idle. Might need to enrich the idle a little bit. Definite dead spot. Hear that carburetor sucking. Sounds very raspy and metallic. Well, so far I'm not real impressed. I don't have a boost gauge hooked up, so I can't tell if I'm even getting on boost. Well, I made it. That's kind of a success story there. Put the air filter on it, and it sounds much more civilized. I also hooked up vacuum line to align to a vacuum boost gauge that I've got sitting in the glove compartment for right now. Don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm pretty much out of room in there. But the vacuum looks pretty good. I'm going to go out and see if I see any boost driving around.